Hello, friends. Yesterday was tragic. After recording video number 6 and another video on the retrospect hindsight commentary, they were blocked for no reason whatsoever. The reason was I used materials copyrighted by so and so, which is not true because it's all over YouTube. So I wasn't the only one who used it. I didn't really use it. I just took witness of it, evidence out of it, and it's all over the net, right? YouTube in particular. I was quoted on that. It's just not possible that so and so. But nonetheless, today I have a transitory video to make. I'm gonna cut across and get down to the points. Now, like I told you, this movie is multifaceted, multi-threaded, and so on. Yes, but today I'm gonna focus on the financial side of it. So I'm gonna bring to your attention a couple of things here, and then you will have no doubt to what I am talking about. And then afterwards, I will continue regardless whether I'm blocked or not. Regardless, I will go ahead and finish the commentary on this movie. So let's listen to that. So here, pay attention to this more to the sound than anything else. It's cornered, right? Now in this video, you're gonna hear something, some music that is relevant to something I mentioned before. Did you hear that? So what I just heard is really a donkey's bray, B-R-A-Y, a donkey braying. Now earlier on, when the ship was landing on LV 426, I brought to your attention when Parker shouted, "What the hell was that?" Right? And then I brought to your attention that it was an elephant's bray trumpet, right? So you got an elephant there, and then you got a donkey's bray here, right? And then that sounds to me more like Republicans and Democrats, right? Donkey and elephants, right? GOP or Republicans and Democrats, right? So let me repeat that for you again. But before we leave, we see this scene before, right? You know what? Let me save it for the other commentary. Let me repeat that for you so you would... So that is a donkey's bray. So now we're talking Republicans and Democrats, right? I want you to see something else. Before we depart, at the end of this video, I'm going to bring to your attention something else. So here, in this scene, Parker gets sacked, right, by the xenomorph. I don't know what that is. Someone is watching, right? Big Brother. That's Richard Burton, right? Now, but Lambert, is not gonna get killed. Notice. All right, you saw that, right? So here, the xenomorph, now after finishing or sacking, I don't want to say killed, I want to say sacking, right? Parker he now is looking towards Lambert. Now this is a hug. Here, this gesture with both arms extended, it's a hug, right? And notice when I showed you Parker's hand, right? You see Parker's hand? So Parker is of the same world, of the same dimension. He's spiritual. So he's, he's the fallen angel, right? You will see that further. I will show it to you a little bit in the commentary later. However, this here is a hug. He's not gonna kill Lambert. He's gonna mate with Lambert. Why? I will tell you later. Okay. So before the xenomorph cornered both Lambert and Parker, something very sinister happened. Listen to it. I will make comment on those later, what these are. Did you see that? That's not Parker on the speaker. She just did some communications. Somebody told her, okay, go ahead, begin the process, the final process, right? So now, based on the Republicans and based on the Democrats, the donkey and the elephant, right? And I thought I saw a hanging elephant toy in front of, Lambert, right? And I made a mention of this to be the dollar. This is a dollar. This here is Dallas. This here is Ripley. Now Ripley, if you check out the name, it has something about the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit descending from heavens, a dove or something of the sort. If you look up the names, they will mean something. Even Dallas, I will tell you who Dallas is in a little bit. I said it's Abraham, yes, and all. But like I said, this is a multifaceted, multi-threaded script. It's talking about different things at the same time. That's very difficult. And this is Lambert, right? So the dollar, dollar sign, I showed you that in my first video. Shares, money.
I am cold.
Still with us, Brett?
Right.
He's dead. Anybody ever tell you you look dead?
Somebody's gonna die. Guess who? It's gonna be thrown out in the freezer Reno.
Oh, yeah, right. I just forgot something, man. Before we dock, I think we ought to discuss the bonus situation.
Right.
Brett and I, we think we deserve full shares, right?
You see, Mr.
Full shares. Now we're talking stock market. Or whatever the harvest is. All right, I mentioned before that this is the lineage of Abraham, right? So he got Isaac, Ishmael, and Isaac, right? And in the middle, everybody else, right? Abraham, blah, blah, right? And these are the two lines weaving or, turning lines that look like a dollar, right? Now I'm changing my mind. Well, on the other thread, I'm not changing my mind. So this would be Republicans, this would be Democrats, right? And the ship is going to land in one of them first, and then it's going to land on both of them. And that is the Abraham, right? And that is big thing is the United States.
Money's safe. Let's take you down.
A million is clear.
Money's safe. Let's take you down.
The safe of the money. So there are two places here. There is the United States and there's Arabia. Remember when Ash was talking about Arabia? You know, oil, natural gas, blah, blah. I mentioned that to you in the explanation or in the commentary, I believe in video number 5 or in the commentary thereof. Renegotiation or trying to renegotiate. First, he got something across the table. Now he thinks he can get more. He's becoming ravenous.
Ripley, I want to ask you a question. If they find what they're looking for out there, does that mean we get full shares?
Don't worry, Parker. Yeah. You'll get whatever's coming to you.
And that's not money or shares. This guy is now alone. He's in a corner. All alone on the ship, and he thinks he has things going. He doesn't have things going. He was just promised. Here he tried to ignore what he thought it was, right? You know, he pretended not to understand, but he's beginning to be worried, right? That he's been tricked, is what I am trying to say.
Look, I'm not gonna do any more work to get this straightened out.
He gets whatever is coming, right? Oh no, he gets what guaranteed by law. This guy gets whatever is coming. There's a promise being made here. I explained this in my theory here in earlier videos,
Fred,
prior videos.
you're guaranteed by law to get a share.
So you're guaranteed to get a share, but not Parker. Parker gets whatever is coming to him, right? So here we're talking about money, we're talking about shares, we're talking about banks, we're talking about every side of money too in the United States.
What? Why don't you just fuck off?
What'd you say, Rick?
Fuck off.
If you have any trouble, I'll be on the bridge.
So we see who's who and where the alliances are and who's being tricked, right? Remember when he told Cain that he looks dead and then he's in on the plot, right? But now I see that he is dead too. That Parker. This is Balaji, right? When contacting Antarctica and you heard all this gibberish in the background on the communication channels, that's the ship getting information from behind enemy lines, or those who are already in the United States chattering and giving information about the status of the market, who's rich and who's not, and so on and so forth. So that's Balaji, the Royal Imperial Iranian, right? Persian, right? Now he's also checking, right? Clicking means he wants to eat, right? You know cats, right? How they clean their paws and like that's how they do when they're eating, right? Now he's looking, notice. He's looking and licking, right? Because now this is where the safe is, the money safe is, and he's waiting for his shares, right? Balaji, Imperial Iranian, right? Imperial Iranian mix, Iranian, Khazarian, Persian, you know that, right? Oh, this will come to mean something to you and will explain a lot of the events in the past century. So now we're in the United States.
Change my mind. All right,
I'm not trying to change your mind, Dallas. I just want you to listen. Will you listen to... Just tell me how you can leave that kind of decision to him.
Look, I just run the ship.
I just ran the ship. This here, time to reveal to you on this thread alone who he is. This here is JFK, John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Anything that has to do with...
He runs the ship. Anything that has to do with science division, Ash has the final word.
Besides the...
Ash is acting like a secretary here. Probably financial, probably something, I don't know, treasury.
Ash has the final word.
How does that happen?
This is Jacqueline F. Kennedy. Jacqueline Kennedy, Jackie Kennedy. That's her, Sarah, right?
It happens, my dear, because that's what...
Jack in The Shining is Jack Kennedy. The top of the mountain in Colorado, where that hotel is, right, is the United States. It is on the top of the world in the last century. It's the only superpower, real superpower with financial. Now, while the Soviet Union was a military power, was the United States a superpower in everything else, right? Military superior to Russia, financially is dominant, the dollar is dominant, and you know, the oil and the manufacturing and everything else. Heck, in Russia, aside from rockets, right, and intercontinental ballistic missiles, which were actually designed and implemented by German scientists, code after World War II, similar to what's his name, the guy who came and did the Saturn ship. You know, I forgot his name. The German scientist who came to NASA and built the first Saturn rockets and so on. And Russia had their own as well. Aside from that, they really had nothing going on except like a very powerful intelligence agencies that worked closely with the Mossad. Mossad oversaw their operation and so on. All right, so there you have it. But I'll continue find more evidence for you here. Give me a second. So,
Anything that has to do with the science division, Ash has the final word.
How does that happen?
It happens, my dear, because that's what the company wants to happen.
Since when is that standard procedure?
Standard procedure. Do what the hell they tell you to do.
so who is he talking about? They. Some people say it's that Watani or Yutani, Wayland Yutani. I don't know who he's talking about here or they're talking about, but it does appear sometimes that there is some entity here or you know, an organization that's not seeing that rules behind the scene is what he's trying to say. Is they, sem, in Israeli accent. Then they has been. Okay, so I think that's whom he's talking about. Can they be the Masons? I don't think so because he is really the president in this country. Is really, I think, the main guy or something of the sort. But they tell you what to do. So John F. Kennedy is not the one who's always talking, right? And you know what happens next, right?
What's happening in the repairs? How's it
Oh,
going?
they're pretty much finished.
And that's why he's called Dallas. JFK here is Dallas. What happened in Dallas? Guess what? It is successful, right? The seizure of the entity or the money safe is successful. Confirmed, oil is found, and he's to be killed. He's wearing like women, right? You know, like they make him if they want to make him if they hit somebody. I mean, oh man, they like. Freezerinos. I told you Freezerinos is like expulsion, right? But here means fleece. You know, they're gonna take all the money he has, oil, natural gas, blah blah.
Smothering.
Anyway, where are we?
Right here.
We're on our way home.
Yeah, back to the...
All Freezerinos. So the echo is positive now, right? The return is positive.
old Freezerinos.
He's been brought into the fold, right? Similar to those Eastern Arabia, Karmatia, I mean, you know, whoever they are, they were promised to be part of the family, and they were thrown out into space.
Put out something to eat before.
I need some.
Look, the happiness. I'm buying.
Meal before bedtime, I'm buying.
I am not buying. I am not buying. So, JFK is happy, right? All right. So now, whatever Kane has, let's say the oil, right, is going to be transferred to Balaji, the Persian royal, right? Get it? Balaji. Virgin Royal, the cat. But I want to bring up something here. I explained this yesterday in the other video, but it was blocked. Why? Because I used a phrase from a book, old book by Herman Melville, and they said that Fox has to do with it. I don't think so. So that's a sperm whale, right? These are the eyes here somewhere, right? And that's the dome on the head, the sonar dome, and that's the chin, right? That's a sperm whale. In a novel, American novel, they tell you what his name is. Now, in earlier videos, I told you this guy was Ishmael, right? Right? This guy was Ishmael. And he is, right? This is a sperm whale. It's white, a white sperm whale. I don't want to mention the name of the novel because they're gonna say, oh, that's owned by grandmother Hadassah in Tel Aviv or something, right? Which is not the case, right? But that's a sperm whale, right? And if you remember, if you know about that novel, that declares the name of this person, which I declared earlier to be Ishmael, right? You know what it is. Now, the later subsequent xenomorphs are not sperm whales. They're something else. Only here, it's a sperm whale. Only this juvenile xenomorph is a sperm whale. Subsequent xenomorphs are not sperm whales. The significance of this is, number one, is a name, of Cain, right? As I declared it earlier. Two, it is it signifies, fertility, being fecund, right? So being fecund, right? Fertility. So he is going to have so many children, right? And that's the significance of it. There's also a scene I put yesterday and that's a deleted scene, when the xenomorph moves around, Cain raises his hand, right? And then they coincide, right? Like this. The significance of that, I mentioned earlier that Ash is his relative because he does that to him when they awaken in the hibernation chamber, or the what is it, status, whatever that is, right? That looks like a coffin. You're just like a cryogenic sleep or something, right? I have come to find out that there's ability in this world to steal sperms from men, right? And not necessarily by way of women, right? Once they're ejaculated, they have a way of teleporting or something of the sort to take them, right? To take their sperms. Of course, they would prefer that through an agent like Ripley, like whoever, right? But if they can't do that, they are still able to get some, right? By way of teleporting or something of the sort. There is a possibility that we, in our consciousness, of which I am talking now, that we are really asleep, right? Notice he's asleep, his eyes are closed, right? And then all that is happening around us that we think of is really within our brains, right? But in the actual dimension, we exist on some kind of a structure, just like this elsewhere. And then we are made into a sperm whale, right? Donate sperm donation, right? That's what it is. I have a lot of evidence and feelings toward that now, right? So you just have to fight your way and make sure they don't take those from you, right? Regardless how, it's painful, but guess what? That's how it is. So that's what I believe. This here is, and this theory. I mean, believe me, I'm beginning to see beyond the curtains, and that's what I just told you is really real. That this guy is asleep, just like we all are, and we're alive, really, on a stretcher like this elsewhere, right? Or elsewhere, or we are, whatever we see or feel is really in our brains, and this here means we are, the sperms are being taken from us regardless. They just need to be ejaculated in the other world, as it's like a dualism here. The world that others are taking, those Ripley and you know, Sierra and whoever it is, they're taken, and then we're just that, right? We're sitting, lying on the table, comatose, but we're conscious, and they're just taking that, right? They're taking, you know, the genetic material. I'm not kidding you, believe me. I'm not kidding you. So there you go. So you come to the United States, that's where you come, or you are cloned, and then we are cloned in the United States, and the real one is really outside in the world, outside somewhere, right? And that's my commentary. Next is on Shutter Island, which is really, that's what it is really. It talks about coming to the US on a slave ship and so on, and that's my next stop is really Shutter Island. But that's what it is. Now everybody is surprised because this here turns out to be a sperm whale, not just your feeble rabbit, right? Now that the seeds have been extracted from poor Cain, or Ishmael, right? His name is Ishmael. Remember the first sentence in that novel?
Does anybody want to say anything?
Now that's JFK and that's Sierra, or Ripley, or Jackie Kennedy. That's what is meant for Cain. Okay. The White Shuttle, as I mentioned yesterday, this is the White House. The White Shuttle is the White House. JFK is sitting in it, listening to music.
Dallas.
The White House or the shuttle will be used to escape. So Ripley is gonna own the White House. Otherwise, she cannot escape. Notice
Speak to me, airlock.
his eyes, man. This guy looks
Arthur
evil.
Lambert, cover up that maintenance element, please.
It's funny. Now notice here.
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. The airlock is open.
Okay, Ripley.
Ready?
I think he says I'm moving on.
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. The airlock is open.
Okay, Ripley.
Ready?
Air ducts means hiding. He's gonna say something that looks or sounds suspicious. Give me a second.
Open the hatch to the third junction.
Third junction. I don't know. Does that mean the third degree? You know, like that movie American Treasure or something, right? Oh, by the way, the name of that scientist I just remembered now. It crossed my mind. Werner von Braun. The rocket scientist, like I was talking about earlier. That's initiation. I've seen it on the internet. Saka. They push you hard, man.
Okay, I'm through. Ripley,
Yes.
close all the hatches behind me. I'm moving on.
I am moving on, right? Moving on sounds to me like somebody is dead, right? Dying or something. I'm moving on or leaving the whole thing, right? Now, I had my own theory about JFK. I think JFK assassination was staged. Meaning, if you look at the man after he was supposedly shot by 2 bullets, right? You would see he was still sitting up. Usually, if somebody gets shot in the head, they fall off, like they drop just off immediately. I mean, you can observe that in animals, humans, and so on. There's plenty of footages on the net, right? So I think that was an act. He just disappeared, pretending to be, pretending to be killed or something of the sort. And then there was a transition, if you will. He just disappeared into the ducts, into hiding, right? So the ducts may mean just that. Okay, let's see.
Girls, hold on a minute. I think I got it. Yes, I got it.
Where?
So I don't know what that means really. He's gonna meet with the, xenomorph or something, fight it off, or, like one-on-one or whatever it is.
It's somewhere around the 3rd junction.
But I want to spare you that pain because I'm gonna leave it until next. Fire means like modern warfare, right?
I missed. Check it out, Wyvern. Maybe get another.
Alright, let me hold it here.
Get out of there!
As you can see, this guy knows something, right? He's waiting for the outcome of the battle, the face-off or the confrontation. Now we know he didn't die, right? He was seized and made into a leather object, right? That egg. I want to show you something here. You may think this is just like a disruption of communications. Just give me a second. Oh, wait a minute. I'm seeing sperms here. JFK is going to have a lot of sperms owned by Ripley or Jackie and their offspring. He just generated a whole line of lineage of genes here into, right? Into the ducts. So he led them into the duct, right? And there goes, they're all moving in one direction, right? Look, it sounds like scientific view of, of right? Ejaculation or something of the sort. So now through JFK, they just rushed right in. There you go, right? So be careful what you do in the election. I'm telling you, man. That Shaggy, oh man, he's going to do a job on you. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you, right? There you go. And now Jackie did away with JFK. So JFK was used into the duct, and then he gave all these sperms, right? Oh, by the way, SL2, JFK and RFK both are the same. You can count both of them to be the same here, right? So not just JFK, we're talking RFK too. Here you will see the dragon. And I think you will see Brett as well as JFK being converted into masses and eggs and whatnot. Their sperms, name and prestige and money and whatnot. He's old. JFK is old. So he died at one point, maybe in 1979 or just before that. Okay, that's the dragon. Remember I showed you how they're shooting at the dragon in space, right? The guns on the aircraft and the rifle scope and so on. That's him, right? and dragon means something in the United States. In they, like they want what to do, what blah blah blah. Maybe they're demons. I don't know. Genies, they dream of genie. Mercy, mercy me. Remember, there's a song. Mercy on me, mercy on me. There he is. So what does she do? After she took the sperms and jammed them through the ducts into the dragon's hole layer, and then, right? And they fake that assassination attempt. Jackie kills him. Now he was, he probably realizes what he's done. Remember when he was sitting in the White House, pondering things, or the shuttle, right, listening to music, German music, and reminiscent of something that is gone, right? This guy looks weird, man. He's like a devil or something of the sort, or decomposing, if you will. He's turning into a dragon, right? So this guy succumbed, right? Not JFK or Dallas. This is where Dallas is, right? He asked her to kill him. She got you, man. All right, let's see. Goodbye, JFK. They used you and took your babies. Did you see? Look, look, look. Man, that Jonesy is evil. Look, that's evil. What do you see here? That's the core of a nuclear reactor. These are rods, fuel rods. Something is about to explode. So you didn't believe me when I told you Lambert wasn't killed by the xenomorph, did you? Okay, let me show you. This is toward the end. Now she's trying to turn off the switch off the self-destruction thing, right? Because she saw the xenomorph. That big daddy. Did you see it? You missed it, didn't you? There's Lambert. Did you see it? That's Ripley. That's Lambert. What happened, I will explain in a subsequent recording. But now, know that xenomorph killed, maybe didn't kill Parker, but he mated with Lambert, and Lambert has started a new phase. There she is, right? Don't tell me now. Now here's what I'm thinking. I think Ripley, when she went to check on them, she saw that Parker was dead, and he was probably split in half. That's why you get confused, is because there's a leg hanging down at the front of the screen, right? While Parker is on the other side. I think he's cut in half. I think she noticed that Lambert wasn't there, right? But she didn't care. She wanted to get out, and hey, for all she cares, Lambert can, right? Okay. Let's repeat that. Keep watching. There's Lambert. Did you see Lambert? All right, you wise guys. I think I'm gonna get something else going here, and then we end this transitional tape or transitional recording. This is not the main commentary. I will go back and keep commenting on it, and then I will try to see if I can remove, what they cited erroneously and unfairly as breach of copyright, which is really not, right? And then try to record it without. So Ripley is running away with the gold. Keep watching. The gold is really the cat itself now. Or that spirit in the cat. That's Royal Balaji. I tell you what, folks, that Balaji is no royal. All right, look here. You see her fingernails have gold dust on them, right? Notice. So her hand was in a cookie jar. That's the treasury, that's the gold, that's the stock market, that's everything, right? Look here, I'm not making this up. Yellow is gold. Oh, wait a minute. I always wondered what the yellow is. I think it's gold, right? It's the assets, funds and assets. To use the word dollar, yeah, that's not good. So funds and assets and returns and what do they call it? Short sales and I don't know. You have to go to Greeding, Frensington, and fleece away. That's Hathaway, fleece away, right? Institute of De-economicization and Definancing in New York. There you go. That's gold, man. Yellow is gold. Okay, now I made up my mind. Yellow is gold. That's why JFK or Dallas was wearing that yellow emblem, which is gold, really, right? Now she's checking things out. She thought she's finally did. Remember when I commented on the Matrix, and toward the ends only Morpheus. Well, Morpheus survived in the Matrix, but not here. And Trinity, and then the new Neo that was taken from Neo, who got killed in the hotel, right? In the hotel room, right? And everybody is gone, right? Here, everybody is gone, but oh look, suddenly she finds that Big Daddy Xenomorph here. Alarm is going on, blaring, going off. Alarm is going off, blaring. Okay, let me. She's gonna burn him. Hold on, just a second. Now notice. She exited from one duct or hiding, whatever that is you hide at, into the open and then into another duct. But she burned the duct that she was in before. Notice. So she exited from that duct and then she burns it. And now she has her own duct. So if you were with her in a duct, guess what's going to happen to you? Now, if I was Jonesy, oh man. Uh-oh. So now she's in the White House, right? That's how you escape, because you own the decision, right? Putin owns the White House, and that's it. And guess what? He's gonna try, right?
The ship will automatically destruct in T-1 minute.
There goes the White House. She's moving resources, right? Issuing orders, such as let's see. Yes. Secretaries and departments and run away.
T-minus 30 seconds.
All right, let's see if we can figure this sequence out.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
That's the United States, or the world for that matter, or Zion.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That's World War I. Take a breather, 20 years breather. That's World War II, big one. Here now you see the effect of weapons of mass destruction, such as in Japan. And World War III is gonna wipe everybody out. That's everybody. Look, yellow, money, red, blood, blah, 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 blah. Finally, it's over, right? Only she and Balaji remain. You missed it. You missed it. Look, you thought everything's gone. Not everything's gone. Notice, the pink is going away, everything's going away. And at the end, keep looking, slowly but surely, only the blue remains. Excuse the lighting here. But if you look on your movie screen, on your own screen, you will see that only the blue remains. So not everything's gone. Blue remains and Chi and Jonesy, right? Huh. You know what? Maybe I made a mistake. Give me a second there. All right. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it's not World War I, II, and III. Give me a second. So World War III was supposed to happen in 2022. Or you never know. Maybe it's 2037.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe that's the Civil War in the United States. Or the economic destruction or slowdown or whatever, the Dust Bowl in 1929. You know that wasn't spontaneous or normal. That was orchestrated and staged. And a lot of people, those JFKs, lost a lot of money and lost everything. There was a massive transfer of wealth. But not big enough. These guys, you know, the Ripley's, all right. Now that's tiring, but she got some, you know. All right, so that's, I don't know which one that is. So the 1980 Home and Loan Association or the 2008 Obama meltdown, I mean financial meltdown, you know, and things of the sort, right? You have to increase the debt limit. And this here is the 2019. I think some virus is going to eat up everybody except, you know. But that's hypothetical. It didn't happen, of course, right? So I could be mistaken. This could be world wars. This could be, you know, a financial thing or whatever it is. Look, nice music, remember?
I got you.
Uh-oh, who? That must be, she must be talking about JFK. Oh, well, I'm just making, you know, assumption here. Or could be, you know, the xenomorph of the world, right? You know, that big daddy xenomorph, who is, in fact, I think they mean by him God, right? But hey, mama, you're in space now. Don't you think so? Who's gonna rescue you when you're on your own? How could you go back, right? He's the maker of this universe. This is like a music of new dawn or something of the sort. Gives me that feeling. Look, she's blowing out, right? or going on. All right, you know what? I'm going to skip here. There's plenty to say here, as a matter of fact. But here, I want to say a couple of things here. Give me a second. I'm going to speak for Jonesy here. Jonesy, I assure you, Ripley, and whoever you are, Jonesy is not going into the hibernation chamber with you, or that bed for that matter. Not now, not ever, not in eternity. Jonesy,
Oh, it's nice to see you.
he's growling. He doesn't want to, right? Nice to see you. Really? You know how he snarled at her earlier and so on. He doesn't want her, but she's lying. She's feigning her love to him, right? And cooing like a pigeon. She's liar. I mean, she just grabbed him. You know, he's sneered now. Not exactly. Notice he's growling. I assure you, Ripley, he is not going in there. He is not going in. He is not going in there. Definitely not. Definitely not. I don't know what's that on her back. It's like she's looking like an alien now, right? The dream on, woman. Dream on. Dream on, creature, whoever you are. Jonesy is not going there. Even with all the fumes that you're gonna blow at him during this session, he ain't going in. He ain't going in. So the hand, right? So it's got 6 fingers. Remember when I showed you in the previous recording, which I think the one they blocked, right? Those Ripley's YouTubers, you know, tubers, you tubs. So as you can see, the 2 horns, right? The 2 ears and the 2 eyes. These are the 2 eyes. I also showed you that Parker has such hands. So Parker is part of that world as well. But this here is the granddaddy, according to them, is the big daddy of all. Now notice again, he has that, I don't know, I mean, what do they really mean by those ribbed tubes and pipes and so on? I don't know. You know, like, I never seen those. Unless in cars, you know, they like oil and stuff in engines. Oh well, you know, there's plenty to say. I mean, I'm hardly done with like maybe 25% of this particular film, right? Commentary on it. But I had to take this transitory, right? I had to take this transitory film to explain to you one thread, right? And I'm gonna continue. I will also comment on that financial side or thread of the movie as well as I go along. All right, have a nice day. Bye now. And I'm gonna try to work out the appeal for that. I think they blocked my videos by mistake. I don't think so, but I will try. Bye now. Take care.